Hi guys, Righteous Trauma here, back again with another powerful dose of truth for the day. This video is about relationships. It's about getting what you want in relationships, okay? Romantic relationships, okay? Here is, I guess, the secret, okay? The secret of getting what you want in your romantic relationship. I want you to write a list out of what you want in your relationship. You gotta write it out first. You first gotta know what you want. Write out a list of what you want out of your romantic partner. Be realistic. Be realistic, okay? If you know you got a lot of stuff you got going on, you can't ask for somebody perfect, and you got all this stuff going on, okay? So be reasonable. Write what you want your partner. Write what you want your partner to. Well, what you want from your partner, okay? And what I see a lot of people doing, they're not saying what they want from a partner. They're saying who they want for a partner. Pay attention. A lot of people are not saying what they want out of a romantic relationship. They're saying who they want for a romantic relationship, okay? You know what I noticed? The wants, the whats don't match the who. The list of what's, what they want, don't match the who. Who you want, in other words, can't give you what you want. You want a partner who is loyal and only giving their body to you. Who you want is a cheater. You want a partner who contributes to the bills, ladies. Who you want don't want to work a job. You want a partner, I'm sorry, not a partner. You want, let's say you want children. Your partner don't like kids. Your partner can't have children. You have to make sure that you get what you want. But you got to know what you want to get what you want, okay? Or to know who you should want, okay? Sometimes, ladies, gentlemen, sometimes who you want, let me write that down so I can see. Who, it'll be backwards because TikTok, the front facing camera. Sometimes the who can't give you what. Oh, sometimes the who can't give you what. And you have to decide, when I get 90 years old, will I look back at my life for the past 9 decades and see decades and years of unmet wants? You see one big who that you picked when you were like 20, you had 70 years of no wants. You want to go on vacations. You want to travel. Who you want won't get a passport. You want someone to go to church with you. You want to sit in church with your partner, hold hands, pray with your partner, Bible study with your partner. Who you want is an atheist. Am I making sense? Sometimes you have to forget who you want and say, what do you want? Because guess what? After 90 years of life on earth, you're going to wish you had got what you're going to look back at your life and say, I didn't get nothing I wanted. I didn't get my prayer partner I wanted. I didn't get my travel buddy I wanted. I didn't have a faithful man. I had women calling my phone, making fun of me, insulting me, cheating, taking my man from me. Don't you want a life of fulfilled wants? Now, of course, we don't get everything you want. That's whether you're Christian or not. You don't get everything you want. We understand that. But if you want something, guess who's responsible to get it for you? You are. When you want something, whose job is it to give it to you? It's your job, okay? Who you want is not responsible to change who they are to get you what you want. For example, let's say you pick somebody who's a cheater. Let's say they're a liar and a cheater, and they don't like to work a job. That's their right. That man that's cheating on you, that's not working, not paying towards bills, and who lies to you all the time, he's responsible to get what he wants. He wants to lie, cheat, and not work. That's his job to get what he wants, okay? It's your job to get what you want. Now, about 5 years ago, I came up with this motto. I said, I'm not going to lose alone. You may call me a sore loser. I'm not going to lose alone. If I lose, you going to lose. We both going to lose. If I'm with a partner who don't help meet my needs, I'm not going to help meet your needs. We both going to lose. I'm not going to lose alone. I'm just not. If you don't want to give me fidelity and honesty and help pay at least half the bills, I'm not gonna help you pay half the bills. I'm not gonna give you what you want to give me. You know, so you have to decide it is my job to give me what I want. And the person that I'm looking at, that I'm attracted to, that I'm liking, can't give me what I want. This is not a really great example, but I'll give you an example. So me, you know, I was in a sorority for almost 19 years. It was like a month, I think, shy of 19 years. Okay, so since I was 19 years old, a huge chunk of my life, all my adult life, I was in this sorority, right? I, you know, left the sorority for religious reasons, okay? And, you know, there's a couple guys I was dating, you know, on and off, whatever, and they were in a fraternity. And I was like, what I want is I don't want a person who's in a fraternity. And these men were also Masons, which is even worse. So I was like, they're Masonic and they're in fraternities. I was like, but who I am, I don't agree with people being in Masons. I don't believe in Masons. I don't believe in people being in fraternities and sororities. So I was like, but I really like these two men. I was like, I don't want this, but I really like these two men. Guess what I decided? I decided on what I wanted. I said, well, I'm going to get what I want. I'm going to get what I want. They got what they wanted. I'm going to get what I want. And so I did not choose these men. Okay. I didn't want to date nobody in a fraternity or, you know, in a Masonic lodge or whatever. So I got me a man who's not Greek, and he's not Greek, no black. If y'all black Greek letter organizations, you know, alphas, kappas, sigmas, stuff like that, iotas. So that guy who's not Greek, he's not Masonic. He's not interested in being in that stuff. So you have to stop going for who you want. You want a man who's gonna. Some of y'all women who pay all the bills, right? You want to stay at home, be a housewife, be a stay-at-home mom. That's fine. That's what you want. But you can't date a guy who don't want to work a job. You can't date a guy that is out of work most of the year. Okay, so you got to work 3 jobs. You can't be a stay-at-home mom if you got to work 3 jobs, right? So I want you to stop talking about who you want. Forget about who you want. Sometimes your peace and the person you want don't go together. They cannot coexist. They are mutually exclusive, meaning you can't have your peace and your problem. You can't have your peace and your pain. Okay? The person that you want is diametrically opposed to everything that you want. Like me, I want peace. In my marriage, I want a peaceful, I want laughter. I want love. I want respect. I want travel. I want new experiences. I want to go eat out. You know, I want to, you know, do different things. I want to go different. You know, I want like a culture, like we would do, like do different like operas and festivals and museums and, you know, theater and, you know, ballet. I want a cultured type, classy type marriage. So this is what I want. I want that for me and if I have children, for me and my children. So I can't date a YN. I can't date a hood dude. You know what I'm saying? All he want to do go to the club is smoke Mary Jane. You see what I'm saying? I want a guy who's in church. I'm in ministry. Okay, I can't be with a guy who's an unbeliever, an atheist, because I'm gonna be in ministry. I'm gonna be in church a lot doing ministry, or in the streets doing ministry, out in the community doing ministry. So if that's who I am and what I want, I can't date a person that everything they do is opposite of what I'm doing. That's called mutually exclusive. It's like being pregnant and not pregnant. You can't be both at the same time. They're mutually exclusive, okay? So you can't have your problem and your peace at the same time. You can't have your peace and your pain at the same time. So I need you to write a list of what you want. Don't write who you want. Write what you want, and then find out who can help you get what you want, or who will at least not fight against you getting what you want. Again, y'all, I made this up in my mind 5 years ago. I'm not going to lose alone. I'm not going to lose alone. If I lose and we together in a relationship, if I have to lose, you have to lose. We're going to lose together. I'm not going to lose alone. You're not going to give me pure hell in my life, and I'm giving you pure heaven. We both going to be in hell. That's a literal hell. I'm talking about like hell on, like, or like, if you give me a horrible marriage, you going to have a horrible marriage. So we're not going to have no 2 different marriages. We both going to be in a horrible marriage together. But we can be in heaven together. We can have a beautiful, happy marriage together. I'm not going to lose alone. Know what you want, get what you want. Remember, go on Amazon, guys.